guns bowling, which makes it hard for batters to get away. So maybe this is very much a tactic, give her one over at the start.
Yeah, she's experienced. She does nibble the ball around with the new ball as well, so I think it's a good option from Loughborough against Lizelle Lee.
First runs of the final. Floodlights are on here as well now at Hove. The day has sort of been a bit gloomy with this overcast sky, but the light is fine, but you just never know whether that might alter conditions as the match goes on. Oh, yes, Yep, gap through mid-wicket. The power plays first 6 overs has been an area of strength for Lightning with the ball. 17 wickets, which is more than any other team has managed in total across the tournament in these first 6 overs.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. They've got good variety. They've got 2 left-arm spinners that can bowl in the power play, the Jenny Gunn, Sophie Devine and Georgia Elwes, so they've got good options in the power play.
Up and over. Oh, there we go. First 6 of this final. That's coming the opening over.
Yeah, you won't see many better shots than this. It's effortless from Lizelle Lee. This is the power she possesses. And that is such a glorious shot to get this final underway. Just a short backswing, quick hands, 6 runs.
Yes, yes. Attack to defence. 9 runs off the over. Jenny Gunn is such an experienced campaigner for England. Made a switch this year. Switched from Yorkshire Diamonds to come and play for Loughborough Lightning. Here is Sophie Devine then, New Zealander. Devine has shone with bat and ball for Lightning during this season. With the bat, strike rate closing in on 150. So we will need to see how that unfolds later on. We saw Anya Shrubsole earlier open the bowling and open the batting for Western Storm. Here's Devine.
Sophie Devine has carried on her international form into the KSL. 16 wickets so far in this year's Super League. Opening the bowling and then opening the batting, and she's just been just as prolific opening the batting. Great signing for Loughborough.
Off the pad now, is it going down? Sue Redfern, the umpire of whom the question was asked.
Good decision from Sue Redfern. Played many games with Sue Redfern for England back in the day, and it's great to see her out there today.
She's an MBE as well, is Sue. 6 Test and 15 one-day internationals for England. She was the TV umpire, 3rd umpire during the semi-final. Oh, now, does that hurt? She's all right.
She was down there for a bit. Probably be more disappointed that she didn't get hold of this. But the shorter ball from Devine, oh, that's not nice.
I reckon if she had middled it, though, it was disappearing. Another short one. She's tempting her. Got a fielder back at deep square leg, but wide.
I like this from Divine. I like the fact that she's looking to be aggressive against Lizelle Lee, looking to get her out. You know, she's not used to the ball around that area. She's used to the ball around a knee roll, but here it's up around the head. She doesn't look as comfortable there.
Well, could yet be an expensive over. 2 consecutive wides now.
I wouldn't expect now to see a slower ball from Divine. She bowls a very, very good slower ball, and you can see the field changing. Third man coming up. Deep long on going back. So, I'd be seeing a slower ball here, Ali.
She waited for it. Yeah, needed a direct hit. But yeah, set the field for it. Sometimes you get the double bluff, don't you?
Absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if she would have bowled the bouncer there, because that would have been a good option as well, but she telegraphed it. You've still got to play it. It's good bowling from Sophie Divine. Sophie Divine bowls a really heavy ball. You can see there, it's just hit back of a length, top of the stickers on Bryony Smith's bat. Just hits them back harder than you actually think. It's quite difficult to hit that down the ground, over mid-off and mid-on.
And there'll be another ball to bowl. Yeah, she's just struggled with her line during this opening over.
Sometimes that can be running down the hill here at Hove. You get there before you think, and actually it can be quite difficult to control when you're getting to the crease. Looks like something Sophie Divine's actually struggling with.
Yeah, picking out the fielder otherwise. That was well struck by Bryony Smith. 5 off the over, 14 for none.
Wonders can come out of the blue.
Well, Lizelle already added to the 12 tournament sixes that she'd scored coming into finals day. Oh, left arm spin of Lindsay Smith for the first time, sharp single taken. Smith's a Sussex player.
Gonna get you on.
Also part of the England Academy. Very highly thought of. Oh, no.
Well, at least Valani's gone without the floppy today. She's done her hair for the big occasion.
I think she can hear you, Lottie. We're only a few metres off the boundary. Fielded.
Loughborough have been brilliant in the field so far. A couple of stops in the cover region. The hair is looking particularly good today.
I was a bit worried with the pink floppy the other day. It was actually getting in her eyes. Exceedingly broad rimmed hat. Oh. Well, it doesn't look like there's a great amount of turn there for Lindsay Smith.
No, she's not a massive turnerable. She bowls stump to stump. She's got quite a low arm, so it's always coming in at your stumps. She's a very good power play bowler.
Oh.
And And that's a really risky shot, to be looking to cut Lindsay Smith off your stumps. She doesn't really give you the flight to come and hit her down the ground.
Wow, how close is this? This is definitely worth a look. Yeah, well, Amy Jones looks pretty happy, having whipped off the bails.
Yeah, the body language from Bryony Smith doesn't look great. Yeah. Oh, she's plonked the bat in. And Lucy Hyam, a brilliant bit of fielding. Forward of point. Great glove work from Amy Jones, and Loughborough Lightning have their first wicket. Bryony Smith. It's a great start from Loughborough Lightning. Bryony Smith, she has to depart for 2. The Surrey Stars are 16 for 1.
Well, it felt really as if the pressure of dots and singles built up over a couple of overs meant that they had to take a sharp single. The fielding in that inner ring had been tight, and that's where the price was paid.
It's a very good over from Lindsay Smith, honing in on the stumps. Like you say, you probably took a risk too far by looking to run at Lucy Hyam. She's a very good young fielder. Welcomes Sarah Taylor to the crease.
Just at the non-striker's end to start with. Another wide. This is not good.
Yeah, she's really struggling with a line.
Really try a change of ends, perhaps?
Yeah, potentially. I think might need to look at someone else coming from far end.
I do remember during the one-day series with England when she was bowling for New Zealand, there was a few times where she really struggled with the wides. It's a much better delivery, straighter, fuller.
When she's got it right, it's been really hard to hit. It's just the wide she's bowled in the first few balls just releases that little bit of pressure. They'll be wanting this wicket of Lizelle Lee. They'll realise how important she is. This Surrey Stars batting line-up.
Let's have another look at the wicket of Bryony Smith. Very good positioning by Amy Jones as well behind the stumps. And the one-handed pick-up and the throw, and it's an accurate throw, but that positioning, to say, it's sort of almost Sarah Taylor-esque. Yeah, that's Lizelle Lee. One of the crispest cuts you'll see.
Just absolutely flies through that backward of point region. She times the ball so well. She hits the ball so late under her eyes. Third, and doesn't even move.
Fortunate. Sometimes need a little bit of luck.
I think it's a really good option. She looks really uncomfortable playing the pull hook shot. Both times she's ended up on her bum. She did that time. She just got it past short fine leg for another boundary.
I think it suggests that we'll see more short deliveries from Sophie Devine. Fine legs now come back and has pushed a little bit wider. A change of tack. It's brought fine leg into action. Needs a dive, but need a better time dive than that.
Yeah, that's 3 from 3 from Lizelle Lee. This is why she is so dangerous at the top of the order. Full toss, leg stump. Just beats Sarah Glenn with a big dive.
13 runs off the over so far. It's a big one, this, for the Stars. And there's that short ball again. Same result, 4 more. I can see what Divine's trying to do. It's resulting in runs. 33 for 1 after 4.
Yeah, that's 4 in a row for Lizelle Lee. 25 off 16 for her. Need your big players, big matches, and it's like Lizelle Lee is ready for tonight. She looks so relaxed as well. That's what struck me. As soon as her and Bryony Smith came out to bat, they looked really relaxed, overawed by the occasion.
One of the things Bryony Smith said to me at the start of the game was just how when she's batting with Lizelle Lee, you know, she's the youngster, the international star at the other end, and she always has a calm word for her. Got 2 international stars out there now. Sarah Taylor's faced her first ball. Oh. I thought about running on the misfield. Well, we saw a somewhat, whether frenetic might be the right word to describe Sarah Taylor's innings during the semi-final. Tried to play an awful lot of different shots before she'd really got settled. It was her undoing ultimately. That's a lovely looking shot.
And I much prefer that from Sarah Taylor when she's wearing with a full face of the bat. And this is the dismissal earlier where she's quite upright, trying to reverse sweep. Great catch by Fran Wilson. Much prefer her hitting that through the covers.
Yeah, that's confidently played to get off the mark. Well judged not to go for the second, I fancy. Taylor hit a brilliant 100 here. Michael Lamb, good to see him in the house. She hit a brilliant 100 here during the one-day series against South Africa, Sarah Taylor. This is big. This has gone over, well, not one, but 2 advertising boards.
That is huge from Lizelle Lee. Such a good shot. Talk about hitting the side screen, and she certainly did that.
Well, she's hitting down the hill here, Lizelle Lee, so in that sense, she's chosen the right end. 75 metres. Bad. I think she's trying to do the same thing, trying to dispatch it. 5 overs gone then, 40 for 1 Stars.
Who will race their way to victory, Monza? The Heineken Italia Grand Prix, live only on Sky Sports F1. The UEFA Nations League, live only on Sky Sports.
Well, Surrey Stars in the semi-final managed 162 for 5. That proved to be a winning score. 9-run victory they managed. Georgia Elvis then, the Loughborough Lightning captain, bringing herself on from the Cromwell Road end. It's the last over of the power play. We've seen both Sarah Taylor and Lizelle Lee, Charlotte, be content to play those defensive strokes when necessary. And Lee in particular, she'd move from attack to defence in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's what's impressed me most about Lizelle Lee's batting over the summer.
Delivery.
So she's prepared to, to have a look at the bowling in the first few overs. And if the ball's in her area, she will dispatch it, but she equally, if it's a good ball, she'll respect that. But just look, 31 off 19, and she's barely broke sweat yet.
Oh, yeah, that's beating the field. Oh, good dive put in. Fair effort, 'cause that was a lot of ground to be covered. First boundary for Sarah Taylor.
This is a good area for Sarah Taylor. She likes this sweep off the seamers now. She gets outside off stump. She didn't quite get that on it she would have liked, but it runs away, beats Rachel Haynes.
Sky high. Rachel Haynes moving in. Very good catch. Very good work indeed off the deep. Had to move in. That ball was hanging in the air. Had to dive forward in the end as well. It's the end of Sarah Taylor.
Goes for the sweep shot again. Top edge. And this is a fantastic catch from Rachel Haynes coming in from the boundary. She's one of the best fielders in the world, and that's why she's happy. Loughborough Lightning are happy. Sarah Taylor not so happy. She has to go for 5. Surrey Stars are 44 for 2.
Georgia was picking up a wicket then, the captain. And they will rank that as a very important wicket to get. But then, out comes player of the match in the semi-final, and the Stars captain. That's if they played a blinder with bat and ball in the semi. Semi-final saw Natalie Siver with 72 off 43. She came together at that point with her team 72 for 5 when she came together with Nat Siver, with Marizanne Kapp, and their partnership was vital. Yard either side, and that would have been a boundary easy. 6 gone, 44 for 2. For 44 runs, it's actually the most that Loughborough Lightning have conceded in a power play all season. It's been a real strength of theirs. A lot of those runs have come off the back of Lizelle Lee, 31 of them. See, Redfern had a bit of work to do. Bryony Smith was run out. The power of some of these shots. That's the biggest of them all, 75 metres. Sarah Taylor, in the end, holing out. So 2 wickets taken at 44 runs. That's what Stars will be most interested in. In fact, they've got Lizelle Lee well set on 31 off 20 to be joined by Nat Siver. A lot of the challenge of finals day, Lottie, is the nature of back-to-back matches and how to bring yourselves down and then go straight back into another T20. And some people say, well, come on, but you play 50 over games all the time. It's very different, isn't it, backing up 2 intense T20s.
The adrenaline of that first game. Surrey would have been on an absolute high after that, and then having to prepare for this game.
Oh, I need an accurate throw.
You need a quick team meeting because Surrey, they would have wanted to talk through maybe their plans against Loughborough. A lot of that would have been done yesterday just in case, but you don't like to plan for a final that you don't know if you're going to be in, so a lot would have gone on between the games.
Oh, this is Kirsty Gordon into the attack. She has been a star of KSL 2018. Tournament leading wicket taker.
Yeah, no, she has 16 wickets so far. Revelation for the Loughborough team.
Oh, this is why that looks like a more interesting shout.
quite close. The second one, especially, this is 2 balls ago to Lizelle Lee. Just going down.
Well, the full toss, so they can sometimes bring wickets. Has she got enough on it? Yes, she has. Yes, she has.
And that left the bat. I thought that was going straight to Lindsay Smith at deep square leg, but they just keep going off Lizelle Lee. She's in great form.
I think they might just have a look at this as to whether that was above waist height. Oh, this one's for the third umpire to judge. They're going to be happy with it. Yeah, happy with it. And Lizelle Lee will be happy with the 6 as well.
Yeah, Kirsty Gordon's pretty happy. There's one batter I wouldn't want to bowl a free hit, no ball free hit against. It'd probably be Lizelle Lee.
Everybody back. Can we get the subs on? This has been launched. Oh, what an effort! What an effort from Georgia Adams. Tell you what, if she'd held that and stayed inside the boundary rate, it would have been an absolute cracker. That ball was travelling.
I thought it was a boundary for everything there, but she came out of nowhere. Georgia Adams took the catch of the KSL just in front of us. Juggles it. Oh.
Well, it would have been the spectacular nature of a difficult catch. And also the name of the batter who would have been dismissed. Double value, if you like. Yeah, the anguish. They're still checking. I think the ball ricochets from hand onto rope and then comes to rest on the turf. Six was signalled by the umpire.
What a shot. Took some stopping as well. She played some lovely shots through the offside in the semi-final, Nat Sibber. Doesn't look good. Sophie Devine there with she looks okay.
Maybe just slightly winded, but she's somebody who definitely is a love for lightning play. You do not want to see her going down because she's prolific not only with the ball, but with bat as well.
Looks like it's a wrist there. Just you can see it was an awkward bounce. Lined it up, but you're right. Such a crucial all-round player for Loughborough.
She's a pretty hardy player. If she can, no doubt she'll be up and at 'em.
It hasn't been long. The pad's back on again. She played so well. She really did in that semi-final. We've got to remember, those that saw the game, they're just in a little bit of trouble as well. She just had to hold her nerve and just get through some awkward middle overs, and then she could play shots like this. That was very similar to the one we've just seen. Likes to get leg side of the ball and hit the ball through the offside, and then she'll just stay leg side as well. So she's got all the shots. Just a little delay here whilst the physio's doing his job. Lizelle Lee doing what she does so well, thumping it. I don't think she's hit one in the sea yet, but I don't think it'll be long.
I was saying if if that ball a free hit to Lizelle Lee. I think I'd have fielders in the sea pretty much.
Well, they scored 162 in the semi-final, that against Western Storm, so they'll have a little guide as to where they need to be. Same pitch, same conditions, obviously. It's just taking some attention, just taking its time, just to make sure that Divine is okay. So it looks like he's strapped up, it'll be fine.
Defeated Western Storm skipper Heather Knight. It's an unusual place for her on finals day. They've made the final on the 2 previous occasions. This time as spectators.
She played well, didn't she? Fran Wilson and Heather Knight there on shot. Looked like they were just going to take the game away from Surrey Stars, and that's why I think we all had full admiration for Nat Siver at the end, that she found a way of breaking that partnership. Sophia Dunkley came in, and from that moment onwards, just felt the Stars might have enough.
It was a remarkable match. Seesaw to and fro. One thing I thought as well, was it 162 that the Stars made, and it wasn't a single six in either of the innings, but a pretty high total nonetheless.
You are a prolific note taker, aren't you? I'm looking at your book. You have a lot of notes.
You're giving away all my secrets. You're not supposed to tell this to all the viewers on there. I've
Little
got this all in my
black
head. It's all in my head.
There's a lot of scribbling. Anyway, more importantly, she's all right.
Nice, G.
The really comfortable thing for Surrey Stars with this partnership is you've got 2 very equal players in terms of their hitting, their strike rate. It doesn't really matter. They don't need to, neither one needs to hog the strike. Equally sure that the other one can biff it a fair while.
Oh, yes, G.
Do you ever get food envy? When you've eaten something and somebody else gets something else that looks far nicer than what you had? Got Charlotte Edwards next to me. Really nice. Salmon and pasta bake.
Good, G.
Well, she's doing pretty much what she did in that semi-final. Just lost a couple of wickets. She knows that Lizelle Lee can score quickly, so at the moment, just happy to get her on strike. To play shots like that, really high-class shot. Just open the face a little bit. It was a little full, it was a little floaty maybe, but that finishes a good over now. 7 runs from it, 64 for 2.
You, Frau Kassmeyer, you had the...
Schokoleibniz? Come on, detective. Who was it?
All right, that one. Schokoleibniz. It's not just a biscuit, it's a balsam.
Well, in her first 4 matches of this tournament, Lizelle Lee managed 25 runs across 4 innings. She accomplished 70 off 37 balls against Lancashire Thunder, and it's been a series of pretty decent scores since. I think peaking just at the right time.
Yeah, real challenge for Jenny Gunn.
Yikes. Late cut there, Lizelle Lee. Cut for half century. It's that rate as well, just 29 deliveries faced.
And that will be 50. High class 50 from Lizelle Lee. Yeah, sure, there's a lot of power and there's a lot of strong and brave shots down the ground, but there's a little bit of craft as well.
Well, only two other players have scored 50s in the KSL final. Rachel Priest, Susie Bates. Now it's Lizelle Lee's turn. Oh.
It's on its way. A lot of work behind square on the leg side. That's excellent running. That's terrific running from Nat Siver. And a little bit of pain to boot for Lizelle Lee.
So if you can't get her out legally, try anything. Unintentional, of course. Decent bit of running there from Nat Siver, almost overtaking Lizelle Lee.
Oh, this turn.
Rare piece of misfielding. It was Rachel Haynes out in the deep. May have redeemed. 4 runs will be the call in a minute. Doesn't happen often.
It's not what you need. That is not what you need when your wrist has been struck an over or two earlier. So 9 gone now, 76 for 2. We joined in the pod by England coach Mark Robinson. Unexpected.
Yes.
Thanks for coming to see us.
No, thank you for having me. It's fantastic.
What have you made of today's cricket so far?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. Great crowd. I think Sussex have done it proud. Expect nothing less. And the cricket's been great, isn't it? And I've loved the fact that the English girls have performed as well.
Natalie Siver in this tournament, I feel as though she stepped up a gear in terms of her maturity.
Fans love being the leader, doesn't she? I don't think anybody hits the ball as hard as she does along the ground. She's not the best going aerial, but she hits the ball phenomenally hard along the ground. And you know, she scores at her own way very well and complements somebody like Lee at the moment.
Bowling. Cromwell Road End.
Challenge for me will be for someone like Sivs, who's when she's back with Lee, because she needs a runner. She loves the twos. You know, she needs somebody to get back. We had an earlier game for Surrey when she only really got going when Duncan came in because she couldn't run with her.
This competition must be really handy for you, just to have a good grip on what's coming through the system and perhaps who you need to be looking at in, what, a year or two's time, or maybe even now.
Now, look, in my mind, I've got 10 spots on the plane. This helps me heaven. There's 5 up for grabs, and you know, there's a few of the girls in this team, like Katie Gordon, Lindsay Smith. You know, they've got chances to be on that plane.
Lisa Villani, they're not quite getting there, but that would have been a real death, wouldn't it?
What the competition has done, I mean, everybody's gone just about for overseas batters, so my annoyance as an English coach, we've got, you know, we look at the Loughborough, 3 out of the top 5 will be overseas players. I want that opportunity to go to, you know, English batters, but, you know, then they have nearly all English bowling, and then those young girls then getting to go with the ball.
It's one of the easier decisions to make. Height, of course. So free hit, not ideal.
Is our lead face. Oh dear.
She bowls it well. Just cost her a single.
to the last of the last cricket of the season for the women out there, and the T20 World Cup coming in November. How soon will we be making a decision as to the 15 that go on that plane?
Well, we'll give the girls 14 days off, and then they'll be in at Loughborough, and we'll invite some non-contract players as well who's got a chance of being on that plane. We'll play some friendly matches and see how they're fitting around it, and then we'll make that final selection.
Just trying to find the gap for two, because understandably they're deep right on the edge of the boundary, and sometimes that just creates the opportunity to chip it into the leg side and run hard.
Everybody this tournament's gone for no mid-wicket. It means that pocket's really, really big, and that's really exploited that well, especially in the first game.
It's following her around a little bit. Decent over though. 5 runs from it, 81 for 2. How tough is it, Robbo, for some of the players that are not necessarily contracted, perhaps underneath the sort of senior group of players that you're picking, to impress you? Because they're not playing professionals, they're not signed up, contracted.
Look, it is difficult, and this is why this tournament's really important. Give them a platform to show. A lot of these girls are on our academy or in our system, so we do know about them, and we're lucky enough to play the tourist games, and some of them put in some good performances in there. But it's hard, and we've got to be very conscious about not standing still and giving opportunities to find out about other type of players as well. And we've also got to be fair. You've got people like Alex Hartley, Lauren Winfield, some of the girls who not got to finals day as well. We've got to be mindful of them. But I'm keen to get to Loughborough and bring some of these, the likes of Kirsty Gordon and Lindsay Smith in, and put them alongside them, and then we'll try and make the best decision. I know exactly what type of players we want going forward after that World Cup as well. Whether we're quite ready for the World Cup is a different issue.
Fine, and the ball rather followed her around. You can see the strapping there on her left wrist. That was a hard hit cover drive from Nat Siver. Since then, she looked like she's quite recovered, so a bit of attention there. Back into the attack, who's got 16 wickets this year. She impressed you?
No, she has. She's got a good change of pace as well. Again, this is fascinating to see how she handles a big occasion. That's what you want. Big day, can she handle being, bowling it to the best players in the world.
Yes, guys.
Talked the frustration of having the overseas star batters come in. Is that somewhere that the Kia Super League is still trying to find that balance between having the best of the best, but also letting domestic players come through?
Yeah, of course it is, and I'm biased. I want to see the English girls having all the opportunity. I personally think 3 is too many.
It's almost as if you want to have 2 overseas, 1 batter, 1 bowler.
No, 2 overseas batters is fine. I just think 2 would be the best number. We're lucky with no Elise Perry from a selfish point of view, because she'd have took a bowling spot as well as a batting spot.
Oh, brilliant.
And then they're doing 25% of the game.
That's your point, Robert, there about the mid-wicket. That's exactly what Nat Siver was doing. She just couldn't get back to 2.
Yeah, if Dunkley comes in or somebody else quicker, she starts to put pressure and turn those into 2s, which she did in the first game.
Big shot down the ground, but just gets the elevation. At least Villani down there didn't quite get off the ground. Looked like it might be a catch in the end, just over the head.
Down at home, isn't it? Down that slow, we've all been there. It's hard to judge. It comes, you're quicker, trying to get your feet sorted out.
Just think, there's another chance that's gone. There's been some tough ones on the boundary, but there's no lead. Could have got her before, could have got her just then.
This again. Right, it's a good test. Ashley Gordon, 2 overs for 22 now, 91 for 2.
From my point of view, though, it's been a great tournament. It's probably been the best so far. The 10 games has worked, obviously. You've done it crowd by Sky. I know viewing figures are up, crowds are up. And as I say, we've seen lots of players who, not contracted, really contribute to victories as well, which is what I want to see. And then when the England girls have stood up today, Heather, how's your back? think she was second highest run scorer coming into the tournament. That's his performance plan today, which is what I wanted. I wanted the England girls to be able to stand up.
I think a part of that as well is that because there's 10 games, people get injured, need to make changes, and that's given you opportunities.
Well, nobody's gone for English bowl. Nobody's gone for overseas bowlers by Amelia Kerr, so I think that's opened up bowling opportunities. As I say, Surrey's done us proud by opening with Bryony all the time. The batting Dunkley before cap, we could have easily done that. That's brilliant from them. That's having an eye on the future and the development of England players.
What about you, Robert? Do you go around and watch every game? Are you sort of, as soon as there's a game somewhere near you, quietly just get your cap and glasses on and go and sit in the back somewhere and watch?
No, I do. I try and get around a lot. Sometimes I make myself really visible because I want them to know I'm here and have a little bit of a spike, and sometimes you stay out of the way. It's lovely watching games where you don't care who wins.
That's excellent use of the feet from Nat Siver. Roger Adams there, but it was hit firmly.
No, there's no hiding place as well. You just saw a piece of field in there. You want that stop, don't you? And that's the beauty of these games, isn't it? You let the players know where they are with their athleticism, their fielding. You know, big occasions. As a bowler, you want to be that one to be stopped.
They show you the leading run scorers and leading wicket takers. I'm sure you know the numbers. I guess in some ways, though, for you, when you're looking at picking sides and selecting players, you have to look beyond that, don't you? Because not everyone gets the opportunity to bat at the top of the order. And that's gone a long, long way. That is a massive hit.
She's outstanding on the last slog. She connects more times than she misses. It's a real big shot for her.
Well, Nat Siver is a very happy captain because he's at the other end. She's going nicely, but happy to watch Lizelle leave. 72 now from 42, and that was in the slot.
I think just going back to your point, you want to back the top three, don't you? All the top run scorers, I think, bar Natalie, are the top three batters. So at the moment, that's my frustration when the two overseas players are both opening, or they're two out of the top three. You want the best, the pressure moments going to our players, bowling the big overs at the end of an innings, or batting at the top.
Easy ones. Siver's off strike now. There you go. So captain in second, the captain of the Stars in third. A lot of overseas players.
I'm just quickly looking now. I think they're all top three batters, bar Natalie. I think every single one of those back the top three, and so they're all overseas players or foreign players getting the best spot.
This time slightly open face, but another boundary.
So Milani, Cole, back four don't make the list because obviously they're not getting into the best times. I'm not even arguing that they don't deserve those spots because they're the best in the world, but we're giving prime development spots to overseas players. That's always a challenge of every coach because you also want the best competition as well.
It's almost as though the form of Mantha is that it's a double-edged sword. It's a bit daunting that you can have to bowl at her quite shortly, but also it's good to try and work her out in a way.
Cool, that was hit hard. That was in the air for some time through the cover region, but found the gap. What an innings this is now, 80 from 44.
And this is, for Lindsay Smith now, this is what we've had this year. The bowlers had great laning. You're right, they've had to bowl all the best players in the world, top three. So our bowling exposure's been fantastic, but not quite. Poor old Fran Wilson, I feel really sorry for her. She's hardly got in. So today was probably about a second opportunity to get a score due to batting at number 5 and getting no opportunity.
But then when she has had that opportunity, she's grabbed it.
Well, she has today, definitely.
Look at the leading wicket takers for you, Robbo. It's a little different.
Yeah, look at it. Dan Van Niekerk. Everybody else is English, isn't it? It just shows you that also batting at the top, a genuine all-rounder. It just shows that they expose the English bowlers have got because nobody went for overseas ball.
Finds the gap. As soon as it finds the gap, it goes quickly for 4. Another expensive over, 13 from it, 116 for 2.
They stood side by side in Liverpool. Now they stand divided in Glasgow. This opportunity doesn't come around all the time. Once the spotlight's on, then it's a different sport altogether. Rogers and Gerrard, head-to-head in the Old Firm Derby. Live on Sky Sports Football.
Robinson leaves us now, and joining us we have Lydia Greenway and Rob Key.
Thank you, Pat. Nick. No surprise to see Nat Siver in form. 18 from 18. Lizelle Lee, though, missed out in the eliminator, but that hasn't mattered. 84 from 46 balls. Strike rate 182. Just what you want from an overseas player in the biggest of games this year in domestic women's cricket. Just gets better and better. A couple of steps down, opens the blade, 4 more.
Yeah, she's been brilliant today. Lizelle Lee, she didn't fire in the first game, but she's certainly making up for it now. Good use of feet. Just opening the face as well. Offside field up, you have to be clinical when hitting it along the floor.
Be as quick, Lizelle Lee, because she was on the ground pretty much when she missed the paddle sweep. And Siver was almost lapping her there because she had a head start on her.
Running up the hill as well.
She moves to 88. It's going to be a formidable total. 10 runs per over from here, 187. It's not easy to stop when players are in this sort of form.
Well, this is bread and butter. Nat Siver rocking on the back foot, just giving herself a bit of space as well, moving on back onto the leg side. It's so powerfully, the back foot.
This is why I always felt it was going to be an advantage to be playing the game before. It just means that you're in form, you've had the best title practice. How many times, you as a coach now, would you be saying to players there's nothing like spending time out in the middle? It's exactly what Nat Siver has done. Lizelle Lee had a little bit of a look.
And I think the other thing, the 14th, 127 for 2. The other thing is, when you haven't performed so well, the work